Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated.
Good morning, Wildcats. Coming up on today's show, we will see how one student is making it as a young business owner.
We will also look at one student who is making a change in our community. I'm Levi Adams.
And I'm Riley Flynn. Today's November 30th, 2017, and West Range TV starts right now. Levi, it seems another media mogul has fallen.
Yes, Riley. The Today Show host Matt Lauer has recently been let go from the show that he hosted for over 20 years.
Allegations have arisen from a former colleague accusing him of sexual misconduct while at the 2014 Sochi Olympics.
This morning, one day after his official termination, Matt Lauer came out with an apology for his action, hoping to show remorse and find peace with the people he has affected.
If you're interested in having a senior class tribute in the yearbook, the deadline is next Friday, December 8th. Tributes can be purchased through the web store on the West Range website. If you have any questions, see Mrs. Sage in room 534.
FBLA members, make sure that all paperwork and proof of payment are turned into room 427 if you want to compete in sectionals. With finals approaching, you may want to spend some extra time studying for that subject you're having trouble in. That's where Target Tutors comes in. They will be open every day during lunch starting today in room 307.
West Range is filled with creative individuals. We now have a spotlight on one student who used his talents to start his own business in the heart of Santa Clarita.
Owning a business, a lot of people might not really take you serious being 16, being like, is it your parents' business? I don't really believe you, but it is my business and I have to do all the managing part of it. Stay away from the bookcase. Do not enter until fully open. So escape rooms can be for anyone looking to do something fun. For a birthday, we've had a lot of corporate events, a lot of Boy Scouts teams coming together that are trying to bond together or just looking to have fun. You go in the room, you solve all the clues and puzzles around, and just test your skills, test your intelligence and your capabilities to escaping. And when you do escape, it's great. When you don't escape, you still had fun. You solve something, so everyone comes out a winner. And social media has really helped. We use Yelp a ton, we use Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those promotions, which is 90% of our business. The other 10% is probably just walking by, which people from a long time ago when social media wasn't a thing, that's probably all the business they would have had. So now it just gives a lot more opportunities to getting new customers.
I would say it's very different. It was a simpler life. Kids were not given much. You worked for what you had, and we didn't have the same opportunities, but again, social media has made a huge difference. And from such a young age, kids are involved in that, and they know how to operate electronics, something we could have never imagined. So it's opened up a completely different world.
If I'm at school and bookings start at 12 o'clock and I'm at school till 3, a challenge or something wrong happens, I have to get out of school. And like I said, I'm young. My teachers, some of them, especially last year, didn't quite believe me that I owned, because I was 15 last year, a business, and so they were kind of suspicious when maybe I didn't have a homework assignment, and maybe that wasn't the reason why.
I've seen him grow up a lot. Sometimes I wonder if he's growing up too fast because of this, but in the overall picture, I think he's definitely benefited, and it will help him in whatever direction he goes as far as a career. When things go wrong, it's on him, and we're there to support him, but he's had to solve a lot of problems, and all those skills will definitely help him in life.
The biggest thing that I already have taken away with it, and I'll continue to take away, is just experience. You learn so much with people, you learn to talk to them and manage with them. You learn so much stuff, whether it's how to install a light or how to pay a bill. You learn everything from that spectrum being an owner.
It's amazing how passion and hard work brought cryptic escape rooms to Santa Clarita.
Score Club will be having a fundraiser at Panda Express on the Old Road tomorrow to raise funds to give holiday gift baskets to the homeless. If you go, make sure to mention the fundraiser or show a flyer at the counter. Thirst Project will be selling candy cane grams at brunch and lunch Thursday and Friday near the ASB office for $2 each, so don't miss out.
Last night, West Orange student Sarah Kuchek held an event for students to hear an opioid addict speak. Our reporter Savannah is live in the studio with Sarah to give us more details on this inspiring night.
Thank you, Riley. I'm here with Sarah Kuchek, a student here at West Orange High School who recently set up a very important presentation here in the Santa Cruz Valley. Thank you for coming down. Tell us more about this event.
Yeah, so the first thing I did is I did a lot of research about the current opioid epidemic in our country. And I set up a small informational PowerPoint to present the facts, and then I brought out a professional interventionist to see what it's really like from an insider's perspective.
And what inspired you to take on such a national crisis like this?
So with drug overdoses being the leading cause of accidental deaths in the U.S., I think it's important for us as high school students going on to college who are going to have access to these medications to be aware and just open the conversation up.
And will you tell us more about the guest speaker who spoke to these Hart District students?
Yeah, so Joe Wagner is a recovering addict. He's been in recovery for 14 years, and he's currently an interventionist for families to help those battling addiction right now.
And we actually had the chance to briefly sit down with Joe after his speech. Let's take a quick look at what he had to say.
Is a disease that, number one, is going to tell the person they don't have it. I think it's important to, I don't know if I call it educating, but sharing some experience and perspective with teenagers, because that was lacking when I was growing up. And the one thing I think that could have made a big difference in my life would have been a fuller understanding of what addiction and what alcoholism is. It's not just the taking of a drug or drinking of alcohol. It's actually how it impacts someone emotionally and that emotional growth and what that looks like. I started using and drinking. It suppressed my negative feeling. I think the biggest message of hope I would share is that there is something better out there. I couldn't see beyond my drink. I couldn't see beyond the drugs I was taking. But the truth is, today, my life is so full and so rich in ways I never imagined nor could have imagined when I was under the influence. I'd tell them it's going to be okay. I'd tell them to ask for some help. Asking for help is the biggest sign of strength one can do.
You heard it here. Thank you again, Sarah, for bringing awareness to this very important cause. Let's take it back to you, Riley.
Thanks, Savannah. That event sounded incredible. It's extremely important for students to understand the impact of their decisions.
As the weather cools down, winter sports are starting to heat up. Our reporter Derek is in the Sports Corner to let us in on the sports events that are going down tomorrow. Derek?
Thanks, Levi. First off, a big congratulations to sophomore Jordan McBride, who became the first West Ranch girls tennis player to make it to the semifinals at CIF. Great job, Jordan. The boys soccer team also had a game yesterday against Simi Valley, and Santi Torres scored the lone goal for West Ranch in a 1-1 tie. Last night was also the first boys basketball game of the year. The boys made sure to make their mark against Kennedy High with a 72-14 victory. I'm now joined live in the studio with two players, Noah and Josh, from our boys varsity basketball team. So Noah, how important is it for you guys to start off the season with a win?
It's very important for our team to start off the season with a win. Not only does it build confidence going forward, but since it's our senior year, we want as much momentum going into league for our last shot to play the best of our ability.
Okay, and Josh, as you guys continue to advance in this tournament, how does your mindset change?
As we progress in the tournament, teams are getting tougher, and we know we need to focus on. And we're expecting players like Clyde Sale to show up to each and every game with a clean pair of shorts.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming down. And Cats, don't forget to come out tonight at 7 o'clock to cheer on our boys basketball team as they go for another win against Ventura. Let's take it back over to the hosts.
Thanks, Derek. Tune into tomorrow's show to see how the holiday spirit is encouraging citizens to donate toys to children in need.
We will also see how the spirit of West Ranch is kept alive by the marching band and each of its members.
That's all from us. I'm Riley Flynn.
And I'm Levi Adams. Have a great Thursday, Wildcats.